I love it.
Jesus, how many friggin' pictures did we take?
By my count, 7, 8.
I mean, if we could have... It was... I'm just saying. Wow.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
My God.
Oh, dear Lord.
Facebook. Any day.
Any day, you know.
Any day, Facebook.
You do have a lot of tabs.
This is true.
Hey, Daddy and Mommy.
Hi, baby.
Okay, shared. Am I forgetting something? Why are we fucking forgetting something?
I have a heart.
Huh?
Even this shows up orange. Baby.
Weird.
That is weird. Huh.
I know some of the patterns in this show up orange, but they're like red. Strange. Hi, welcome to Words Have Power Murder Hour.
Hi.
I've done three streams in one day, and I don't know how some people do it. Like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a lot.
If you take a break, but no.
I mean, I had a lot of catching up to do thanks to the crazy friggin' week.
Sure.
And I am a workaholic, so there's that. I was gonna say something else. And then I forgot what I was gonna say. Can you is the charger? Yeah, can you put this on the charger? Hi! Alright, so pagan perspectives. Isn't today, Ostra?
Ostara.
Ostara. I always say that wrong.
That is correct. Today is indeed Ostara. O-S-T-A-R-A.
It's right there. Hey! No bubble wrap popping right now, my baby. Yep. That was foot stomping.
Hello again, Leanne.
Hey, Leanne. Hi. No, I did three live streams in one day. Jesus. It's a lot. Okay. Oh, she's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it looks like there's...
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, baby.
Tomorrow's Easter.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, is it?
They're the same thing.
Yeah, that was really good. That was a good stream.
Daddy, my killer.
Uh-huh.
Bring it to me, baby. I'll turn it back on for you.
Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, today is Ostara,
Yes.
which is a pagan holiday. Peekaboo is baby. Yes. Okay, so Ostara is how you get the egg and the bunny in Easter.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you get the egg and the bunny in Easter, is Ostara. All right. I'm trying to... see. So, why did it put me in the middle of the... Hey! Shh. Alright, so... Wicca uses Ostara as a part of its religion, right? But it's also really old in Germanic countries and, times back in the day. How would I even say that? In the Norse?
Well, it's not really Norse. It's ancient Anglo-Saxon, like Gaelic, Geats, way back.
Okay. Yeah, it says Anglo-Saxons.
Yeah.
There. So they would hold feasts. And she was a goddess.
She was the goddess. The goddess she didn't fuck with, or else she wouldn't eat. Nothing would grow on your land.
Right. Baby, shh. Why are you yelling? What's going on? Okay. I'm trying to go through this rather quickly. Wow. Apparently they found a bunch of names tied in with her. Like people would name places and people and whatnot after her, right? Okay, so hairs and eggs are tied to her. Yep, we covered that. And I read somewhere that the feast was like a big, huge celebration of life, it's the whole concept of the earth goes to sleep or dies during winter, and Ostara is the beginning of spring, so it's the beginning of the world coming back to life for the summer. Huh?
Why did Jesus rise from the dead? Because the star brought him back. If you can believe American gods.
That was kind of an amazing season in American Gods when very, very powerful goddess. Tied in with a dawn goddess. There's a cluster of place names in England and Germanic names tied in with her as well. And then there's Bidi, who is kind of another version of... Yeah, so in just about every ancient path you have, a goddess of the earth and agriculture and life and fertility, and Ostara is one of them. So in modern times, for a lot of, I guess, neo-pagans, this is considered a high holiday. And yes, there is a good deal of feasting, and there are rituals, and lots of food, lots of drinking, and being merry. And yes, bonfires, usually of some kind, right?
And orgies. So Stara.
We're on YouTube. We do have to somewhat, be careful with our language. I wouldn't be surprised. But, as long as everyone is an adult.
Consenting.
Exactly. So there are thoughts that, the goddess of fertility and all of that, and the earth, etc., and it's true. It ties back as far as we can go in writings, humans talking about the high holidays and all of these things, and goddesses and whatnot. So in Nineveh, Ishtar was tied in with that whole concept, and then Astarte, and she was also like a queen of heaven, so heaven and the earth kind of thing tied together. But so it goes back pretty far with humanity. This is a concept that has been there probably forever. There's even a thought that in Göbekli Tepe there might have been evidence of this kind of celebration, holiday, whatever, for spring. Because you think about it, humans were tied much more closer very closely with the land, right? And it was really important for spring to come and the earth, everything to come back to life. A multitasker, well, apparently women have always been multitaskers, so.
I can only do 2 things at once. She can do 5.
I mean, there's, the creation of agriculture has been tied to women. Hi. So yeah, which kind of makes sense when you think about it.
Speaking of agriculture, Norse religion is actually agriculturally based. It was always a wood-based religion.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. That makes sense. I think most cultures were, ancient Egypt, Mesopotamia. They settled in areas, like the Fertile Crescent with the Nile.
Tigers in the face.
I mean, too, and the Indus Valley. I mean, the reason people settled there and began their civilizations in the first place was all that green space, all that good space to grow vegetation.
Mm-hmm.
But then Göbekli Tepe pushes everything back way far. Like if you're interested in history and you don't know about Göbekli Tepe, you may have to rethink some things.
The true home of civilization's Earth.
One of them that we know of at the moment. But I think there's more, I would bet money, there's way more in southern Africa than we know about, because archaeology is Eurocentric, unfortunately. But yeah, there's a lot of goddesses that tie in with, like, Ostara is just one branch of the fertility goddess. There was one that I'm trying to remember. Now we get to the bibliography. Alright, let's go over here. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, any trolls who come on here we're not going to be tolerating any of that. So the hair, the egg. If I remember correctly, coloring the egg, that was an old tradition as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like really old.
Dyeing the eggs. Taking the flowers on them.
Kind of feel like going to the store is considered foraging. Yeah, right? I mean, it is, really.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you go to Wally World, because, Lord, the checkout lines. They just never end. Hot crust bun. Yeah, a lot of pagan groups that I've been to Ostara festivals for will have like fresh baked bread, and after the ritual you have bread and wine, and they put the cross on the bread, and that's an old tradition as well. I know, it's one of the least interesting things to do, is going to the store. Just serpent or dragon energy. Wow, I didn't know that. It kind of makes sense though.
Yep.
Ostara colors are bright green, yellow, and purple. That is true. See a lot of spring colors.
Mm-hmm. All the colors of the flowers that bloom in the fields.
Bury a raw egg by the entrance of your home to ensure balance for the forthcoming year and fertility in your garden.
Fertilizer.
Interesting, yeah. I know a lot of, like, just pagans in general, either on or just after Ostara will start, they'll plant one particular plant, and it seems like it's usually a plant that is kind of a year-round plant, so like a permanent plant, and that seems to be part of that whole idea as well, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Star of bread and cake.
I actually had a star of bread when I was in basic training because we had the open circle at Fort Sill.
Right.
The priestess and her husband, the priest, made a star of bread for us. It was really good.
Right on. I made beer bread one year because I'm like, that's the only kind of bread I know how to make. So
I think I figured out why you have such a difficulty cooking a bread. It's because the elevation throws up all the cooking.
yeah, I kind of wondered about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of the old religions and holidays, like how we celebrate things now, are, maybe a little bit toned down from how they used to be celebrated, but we're still celebrating them like this thousands of years, I mean, if these holidays were actually celebrated by people in Göbekli Tepe, then that is, 7,000-8,000 years that we've been celebrating these holidays? That's, they've been with humans for a long time. So yeah. That is beautiful. And I would love to have a garden with lavender and all of that. That would be amazing. I would be so happy. Let's see. Let's look at the questions that people ask, which almost always tends to turn back toward Christianity some kind of way.
My eyes.
It's true though. Anytime I look at these for pagan stuff, somehow it ties back to Christianity.
Is Easter and Ostara? What?
That's a weird question. I got a question. How does the candy end up in the egg?
I mean, ideally, they treat the two halves of the plastic egg first, get them nice and cold, put the egg in, and then use a little bit of still warm melted chocolate, and then push the two halves together.
I mean, I think they have machines that do all this shit now.
Yeah. Some machines are automated.
You had to remind me of the Cadbury eggs. That's just evil. Oh, look. We have something better than Cadbury eggs. This Baksu?
Oh, God.
Lord and lady. They had this chocolate in the Baksu that is the yummiest chocolate I have ever had. It is. That is some serious, serious chocolate. Like strawberry chocolate. Oh, Lord. So good that it's evil. In a good way. Does that make sense? From Baksu.
Baksu is a Japanese candy box subscription.
Snack box?
Snack box.
It isn't just candy. Like, they have chips. They have just all kind of stuff in there. Mochi, whatever. It's...
Did you show them the chocolate?
Kind of. I showed them the packaging. I don't want to eat it on here.
I know. It's so good. Like, literally, that chocolate is like an epiphany.
It is. Wow. I don't think I've ever tasted anything that good before in my fucking life.
Wafer down and wait for the chocolate strawberry to hit. Because I almost cried.
I know,
you
right?
You saw the water coming.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It was that good.
It's chocolate on top with a wafer on the bottom, and it's mind-blowing how good. Like, my brain stopped functioning for a moment to make way for the yumminess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she will love you for it if you do. It's so good. Oh my god. Yes. They're snacks from Japan. Do we have the? It's and every month is like a different area, like a different part of Japan, or a different like big thing that's happening. Oh, really? I would love to live in Japan. I'd have to be really careful. But this one is the Sakura Spring. Sakura? I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, the food they have. We have been robbed. And horrifyingly neglected when it comes to snack foods and stuff. Like, good lord. Where's that other thing? Oh lord. Okay, wait. The crepe strawberry thing, this thing right here. It's just everything in there. Like, this is actually something we look forward to arriving because it's so good. It is so good. And they almost always have like a packet of gummies of different kinds, and these ones were strawberry. They were sour strawberry, and the sour kind of punches you in the face a couple times. And then the strawberry takes over, and it's like a painful joy. I was so confused. In a good way, sort of, kind of. But, Hanami is an age-old celebration of beauty and life in Japan.
Oh, the Hanami festival, yeah.
Yeah, so this is, I guess, Hanami. A Hanami box, but it's a pretty pink box. They're usually orange. I mean, some of their gummies are, you have to think about if you actually want one for a minute and be like, am I ready for the abuse I'm about to put myself through? Like, do I consent to this? It's good, but damn, like, what? We summoned it Deadly Road? Oh no. Wow. Alright.
Sorry.
Y'all are goofy. Alright, so this says, who is the god of Easter?
That is the stupidest question ever.
Okay, they're saying it was originally a celebration of Ishtar. I'm not sure about that.
Depends on where you're from.
That's not... They're saying that the egg and the bunny were Ishtar's symbols. That's not true.
No.
That's not.
I hear Ishtar, I think war goddess, Equivalence.
I mean, Ishtar was more along the lines of Inanna, really.
Mm-hmm.
She may have certain aspects tied to Ostara. Like it might have been a holiday. Because a lot of the holidays overlap across the world, right? But she never had anything tied to an egg or a hare that I know of. What religion celebrates the equinox? Today, pagans continue to celebrate the coming of spring. Easter, Christian Easter is, I mean, yep, cultural differences. Yep, true. What is the pagan equivalence of Easter?
Well, start.
You know, and I'm not trying to say anything bad about Christians or anything like that, but back in the day when Christianity was coming up and you were trying to take everything over from the pagans, they took over a lot of the holidays, the pagan holidays.
Ostara, Samhain, or Samhain, however you want to say it.
If you look at when Jesus is described to have been born, he would have been, I think it was in the summer, spring or summer. So Christmas wouldn't actually technically be when he was born. It was just a way for Christianity to, put their stamp on that holiday.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also this says it's also the Jewish holiday of Passover. I don't know if that's true. I have no idea.
No, that's right.
Okay. Who is the goddess of Ostara?
It is Ostara.
Yes.
Ostara, the holiday, is a celebration of the goddess Ostara. I kind of feel like how she felt, like, in American Gods. Like, right at the end of it, like, fuck this party bullshit. And the land dies.
What was interesting is how they had all the different Jesuses.
Yeah, they have the Hispanic Jesus, they had the white Jesus, they had the Arabic Jesus.
I mean, that was kind of cool.
Asian Jesus. He was there. Black Jesus. Can't forget Black Jesus.
Who made up Easter Bunny? These were not thought out well, these questions.
Americans. That's who made up the Easter Bunny. Americans.
Yeah, right. According to some sources, the Easter Bunny first arrived in America in the 1700s with Germanic immigrants who settled in Pennsylvania and transported their tradition of an egg-laying hare called Osterhaus or Osterhaus?
Osterhaus or Osterhaus.
Their children made nests in which this creature could lay its colored eggs. That's cute.
Yep. That's okay.
I just did a Google search for Ostara, and they have questions on there, and I'm just reading them because sometimes they come up kind of goofy, and then sometimes I'm like, what? Is Easter mentioned in the Old Testament? What did I say?
Give me the answer to this one.
What did I say? It always goes back to Christianity.
Easter is not mentioned in the Bible.
No, it says, no, it isn't. I've read the Bible many times, and no, there's nothing in there about it.
They mentioned that he was crucified and raised 3 days later, and that's it.
What was
Easter
originally called?
Latin and Greek Christian celebration, and still is called Passover, a word derived from the Aramaic Pascha, cognate to the Hebrew Pesach. The word originally denoted the Jewish festival known in English as Passover, commemorating the Jewish exodus from slavery in Egypt.
What? I don't understand. Okay.
Going from Greek to Latin to Jewish. Greek, Latin to Aramaic to Hebrew to Jewish.
Leanne just had a picture of a person dressed as a bunny on a Viking boat in her head. That would be hilarious.
That would be interesting.
With a sword.
And a shield.
And an egg.
And like out of his metal helmet, instead of horns, there are bunny ears.
Is Ishtar in the Bible? What? Can we focus on the actual... So the egg, along with the serpent, like throughout history, have typically been symbols for like goddesses. I mean, it happens. But the egg and the serpent have almost always been tied in with the sacred feminine, right? And fertility, but not just like fertility, but also like wisdom. And typically tied in with strong women, like examples of strong women, like in Anna Ishtar, Ninmah, who is a mother goddess. In pharaonic times in Kemet, you see a lot of the headdresses the pharaohs would have. The cobra's head right here, and that was meant to protect the pharaoh, and that was considered a feminine deity, protection deity. When a snake eats its tail, the Ouroboros,
Ouroboros.
whichever way, that's the infinity loop. And there's a thought that that ties into rings used as a, kind of like a sealing of a marriage and whatnot.
In Norse culture, it was Jormungandr, the world serpent. The snake eating something.
Do not ever ask me to say that, because...
What? Jormungandr?
It just won't happen. No, thank you. Gesundheit. There you go. That's what I can say.
Okay. Try and say Odin the right way.
How do I say it the right way?
Wood.
No, thank you. Wooden.
Wooden. That was cool. That was good.
That was a short word. I can do that. That's not too bad. That's not...
Pure?
Who?
Pure.
Don't even. Okay, I have a speech impediment. Okay? There's some things that are just...
Small now.
Can't do.
Small.
I mean, I could try, but my tongue might actually fall out and convulse.
Hey, I have a short one for you. Ymir. Ymir. Ymir.
No. Nope. I'm not doing it. Okay, so you might see people out, like, here, in the one park, City Park, actually. We had, like, was it City Park or Audubon Park? No, it was Audubon Park. Man, we basically took over one whole section of Audubon Park, and it was just all pagans, and it was just food. And, there were, like, games and stuff, and, kids running around, and...
Everything was PG.
It was pretty cool. Yeah. A lot of people looking at us like we were nuts. Because, broomsticks and the hats and, My mom doesn't have a speech impediment, but she has a country accent, and she says...
No? Yeah, my grandma said children. Said children. Said children. Children.
Yeah, you're grand sometimes.
She might be.
I thought she was from Texas.
Yeah, she is.
I'm so confused.
It's kind of a mixing of the accents.
My grandma was from the north, but she would say things that were definitely southern. Like, I don't know how that worked out, but
I don't have an accent, but I grew up on the bayou.
If she said she was going to do the wash, it wasn't wash, it was wash. You do the wash.
You do the wash?
Or what was it? Oh, she said chest of drawers. It sounded like Chester doors. Like all the words would go.
Like Jason Statham said, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we actually had a pretty good Ostara. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it was a piece, yeah. All the sweets.
Oh my god.
Right on the perfect day.
And that one cake was perfect for Ostara.
Yeah, you know the
with the strawberry filling?
Mm-hmm. The delivery driver, the mail lady, because this comes USPS, this wasn't on her route. They misrouted our package.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
I bet you she's pagan, and it was like, oh, they need this today.
Oh, I'd be surprised.
She's probably not even pagan. She's probably
voodoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, or something. She's the one who came by, and I could tell she was dehydrated. Like her lips were really dry looking, and I'm like, dude, you need some water. And I like ran back and grabbed some water for her.
That's why she came back.
Like you like when it's hot here, you have to wash it.
Like we'd give Vulcan a run for his money with how hot it is here.
And humid. It's like you're swimming in heat.
Liquid fire.
Pretty much. Kind of like Hades. I actually thought that was the name for it growing up. Oh, in New Orleans? I mean, in the summer, we're made of humidity.
You walk outside first thing in the morning, it's already 90 degrees, and you got beads of water forming on your arm or whatever exposed skin you got.
Yep.
You better not be wearing any kind of jacket.
That's why you won't ever see me trying to curl my hair, because there's no point. There's no point.
Right.
And then, also, you can take a shower. 5 minutes later, after you're dressed, whatever, step outside, and it's like you're taking another shower. Like, and you need a new one. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no escaping the sweat.
Your hair frizzes up so quick, too.
Yep, too.
You can, take it out, dry it out, get a nice straight iron.
There's no point.
Walk outside.
There's no point in straightening. Yeah, like, I didn't even bother with my hair. I just pull it back in a ponytail and I fuck it. Or, in some way pull it back, because interesting, that's why I never straighten my hair. Yeah, I mean, the only place, India, it was really, really friggin' hot there too, and my hair got frizzy. But normally, like, if I'm up north or, in a less humid place, my hair is just straight. No frizz, none of that.
Oh, natural.
Yeah, but here, there's no escaping the frizz. It is what it is.
You go outside, it's inevitable.
Baby. Can you check her?
Yep.
It gets so hot here.
Having the window units on are kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's part of the reason we have the off season, just the heat. Separation anxiety. Orphan Annie, right? Yeah, here, sometimes my hair will look a little bit oily, and that's because I actually put, I do, hair masks, and, I have this kind of, it's a light oil that I put on the ends of my hair to make it less frizzy, because the humidity is just, yeah. There's really, even in the wintertime, it's still humid, so. Yeah. Just a cold, humid. And
humid cold is different from dry cold. Like, I can deal with dry cold.
Yeah.
It wraps around you and stays.
Yeah. She's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're actually, hopefully, maybe done with the construction now.
No.
One can hope. One can pray. But, so yeah, I'm hoping that, next week will be better. I've never done an oil mask, but your hair looks good, so maybe I should. I mean, I do it once a week, just a little bit, just on the ends. It's still kind of frizzy, but not as bad as it would be. It would be real bad. But then my hair is kind of weird anyway, because, I'm basically a hybrid. I'm, part European, part Cherokee, so my hair is kind of weird. It has a mind of its own, really. Speaking of, we need to shave the back of my neck again.
Yeah.
It's getting unruly.
You just shave this out of my head anyway.
True. Yeah, so, because of the Christian conquest of Europe, a lot of the old religions, of course they were absorbed into Christianity, but, and a lot of the old traditions actually, continued, really. Some of them, did not continue, but, it's kind of interesting that a lot of that is coming back now. You'll see huge, pagan gatherings or Ostara or whatever, and that's really cool. And there was a group who was talking about trying to bring voodoo ceremonies back to Congo Square.
Nice.
Which should be a thing.
Yeah.
Really, I'm of the opinion, anyway. Maybe we'll have to, okay, I know what we're going to do for pagan perspectives next week. I got it.
Not so fun fact about the origin of Congo Square's name is where they used to put all the African Americans who were slaves or to be sold into slavery.
Enslaved people?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why the name Congo Square. Not so fun fact.
Yeah. But then it was also used by enslaved people for voodoo ceremonies and, celebrations and whatnot. So sad. There's a lot of that history in New Orleans that most people don't even think of, though. Oh, she didn't hear you.
What, fun fact?
Mm-hmm.
Or the fun fact about Congo Square, or the not so fun fact about Congo Square, is that that's where the slaves were kept before going to sale. Or whenever slave owners were coming to purchase new slaves.
Yeah, I usually say enslaved people. Try to be as respectful as possible.
Yeah. That's why I said not so fun fact.
Yeah, what is currently called Jackson Square, which I despise Jackson, but I'm hoping they will rename that square the Vauqueré, which is the original name of it, right? The Vauqueré Square, right in front of the cathedral, is where they would hold the auctions, among other things, but that's just, a lot of people don't even realize that. Like when you're walking through that square, right there in front of the cathedral, you're walking over a spot where people were sold as if they were property.
Mm-hmm.
It's just very... Yeah, well, there's a lot that's happened here, from plagues to fires to, a lot of history in New Orleans.
Oh yeah, so he's burned down practically twice, and we just celebrated our tricentennial a couple years ago.
Right.
6 years ago, I think.
What are we doing on... Hold on. I need to check something real quick. Where did the thing go for,
Streams for the week.
Right. Okay. So we got Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. How about Tuesday?
What about Tuesday?
Paranormal...
Yeah.
New Orleans?
Yeah,
maybe.
We can do that.
Because there's a lot to cover.
Yes,
There's a lot. It is unreal how much history there is in New Orleans. How much has gone down in New Orleans.
Yeah. And 300 years of its being.
Well, the European part, and then there's the indigenous part before that, but it's so hard to find information about that.
And then there's the Spanish part after the European part.
The Spanish are European?
Well, the city kind of differentiates it. At first it was indigenous, then it was French, then it was Spanish.
Right, and then it went American?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot, There's a lot.
Louisiana Purchase.
Right.
Louisiana was originally the largest state in the U.S. until they divided territories into different states. Texas being one of those states. Because Louisiana Purchase went from Louisiana all the way to the Canadian border.
Did it really?
Mm-hmm.
I guess we're gonna dive into all that. I'll figure out which day. If you're doing it. We tried to record a video and it did not turn out well. So I scrapped it. No end to the stuff to talk about when it comes to New Orleans and like paranormal stuff. And just New Orleans history in general also. Okay, so why is the Friday before Easter called Good Friday? I actually don't know the answer to this question. That terrible Friday has been called Good Friday because it led to the resurrection of Jesus and his victory over death and sin and the celebration of Easter, the very pinnacle of Christian celebrations.
Quoted by the Huffington Post.
Okay. See, in these questions when you're asking about pagan things, they always go back to Christian things. Mm-hmm. Good Friday was also, if I'm not mistaken, I think I read somewhere that it has ties to the Green Man and the idea of all of the foliage coming back to life, which is the dying and resurrected. That's the dying and resurrected God. Right.
Which, funny enough, the Jolly Green Giant from the Green Bean cans, he's the Green Man.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Paganism has been dormantly around us for a very long time.
Earth, yeah, so the Green Man is the whole idea of the vegetation and all of that going dormant for winter or dying, and the goddess resurrects him. Yeah, it's, these have been concepts that have been with, and that ties back to, Osiris dying and resurrected by the goddess to then, conceive Horus, the sun. Yeah, it all ties together all over the world.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla Star Festival. I need to get back to playing that game in that case. Jeez.
Wow. Okay. And they have an egg hunt.
Nice.
That's cool.
I love the people who made the Assassin's Creed series because they paid such attention to detail. Like starting with the origins, going back to all the ancient cultures. Love that.
Right. Yeah, and there are people who say that Ostara is not as ancient and it's actually kind of a modern concept. And no, my dude, no. There's actually a lot of evidence to show that this has been a holiday for a long time, all over the world. It just has, different names and different cultures, but it's the same concept. It's the same idea.
Yeah, culture made a god for rain, a god for thunder, a god for fire, a god for the earth.
Right, well, there's always been the holiday for, the end of a summer, midwinter, the beginning of summer, midsummer.
Yep.
He's been around for a long time.
Ever since we first learned the cycles of the stars.
It's the cycles of the earth.
That's it.
Yeah. What is she yelling at Ryan for?
I don't know.
So yeah, and it's just interesting that how the goddess and the god always have their parts to play. And it's always the dying god, the dying and resurrected god, and the fertility goddess. Like, Isis is a fertility goddess.
Mm-hmm.
So, just putting that out there. Like, these concepts have been around a long time. So anyone who says otherwise hasn't been doing their homework. That's curious. Oh, that's a video game. That's not even... Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Isis is one of my favorite goddesses. And,
She's pretty cool.
And Anna. I wonder how long it's going to take them to get into the whole Christian thing. What is... I'm just saying. You see what I'm saying?
Is Easter mentioned in the Old Testament again?
Yep. Straight away. Oh boy. Alrighty, so this particular stream is probably going to be a little bit short because I'm tired. 3 streams in one day is kind of a lot for me.
Yeah, it's a lot for anybody.
How does KJ do it? She's like, from what I hear, she's always doing live streams. I don't even understand. I don't think it's just that. I think there's way more going on there. I don't even understand. Alright, so happy Ostara to everyone out there. My path is a little bit different from, the other pagan paths, but she has a nurse and a husband who doesn't work. Oh, well. Still, it's a lot. It's a lot. Baby! I want you too. Oh, okay, baby. Can you check that here? I don't even... But she doesn't just do live streams on YouTube. She does them on Instagram as well, which I haven't even figured out. I don't even know how that works. Oh, she did? That's pretty cool. I'm glad I was not the only person talking about this because I don't follow the paths that, celebrate Ostara. I've been to Ostara celebrations, but, Huh?
I posted my own Ostara celebrations.
Right on. I'm all for it. All the food. Just...
With best friend.
Huh?
With best friend.
Oh, right on. Just food. Yes. I'm all for it. Yeah, this Boxu subscription was a really good idea. It is so good. It is so good. I almost wanted to cry. It was so good. This month's was amazing. And it's a pretty pink box. Like, if you were in my house, you would see a bunch of orange boxes. But now I have a pink one. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm not sure I can't even keep up with watching her, so I don't know how she keeps up putting it out there. It's insane. It's insane. I think this is the first time I've ever done 3 in one day, and my head is spinning. I haven't gotten anything else done today. I don't see how she does research at all. Where's the time? You know what I mean? It's just insane. Oh, right. She doesn't really do research for real. I forgot about that. And she calls it research, but it's not actually really research. Man.
Dude, that's your baby.
She's so cute. Honestly, I see very little signs of her son. Sometimes I think he's not even there. Yeah, it's just sad. I don't even know what to say. There's really nothing good I can say. So, I mean, I'm not going to judge anyone. You know, women are so harshly judged all the time for parenting and, you know, not being the perfect whatever. But, wow. I don't know. It just kind of seems like if she's doing 3 or 4, maybe 5 live streams a day.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord. I couldn't do that. Like, this is not going to be an all the time thing. Me doing 3 streams in one day. No. No, that's okay. Because with streams, you kind of have to, you know, be on guard more and, like, you know, be watching out for trolls and, you know, it's a bit more involved. I don't know. Have to be on some kind of drug or something I don't even understand, man. Don't even understand. Like, caffeine isn't even helping me right now. So tomorrow is Sci-Fi Sunday.
Yes.
We're gonna need to write this shit down on the whiteboard.
Okay.
Thank God for whiteboards.
And blackboards.
There too. I always wanted to have one of those walls that's done like a chalkboard, you know what I mean? I love that idea.
I like that idea too. There's a special paint you can get to this.
I know, right? And I've always been like, oh, that sounds fun.
Whenever we get our own place, we can do that.
Right?
Put it in the dedicated room for streaming, making videos, and gaming.
And one in a room for baby girl so she can draw on the walls and stuff.
Sure. But we'll have to make sure that the walls are not just drywall, that they actually have like fiberboard behind them.
What?
Because if you hit it too hard.
Right. She's pretty strong.
Yeah.
I could see her putting her hand through a wall if she was bigger.
Especially whenever if she gets mad.
She has my temper. She has my temper. Leaning against the wall and eraser. Right? That's why we have our whiteboard up a little bit higher. Because, yeah. It's just a better way to go about things. I think when we're done with the stream, we should write it up there so I can keep things straight. Because I can and will lose track of my days and be like, is it Wednesday and it's actually Sunday or something? Especially now, you know, being home all the time is like there really is no concept of time. So I have to say, this ColourPop makeup really held up well. I've been wearing it all day.
Mm-hmm. It does look good.
Yeah, it still looks really, really good. It was really nice having people here who were not trolls. That was awesome, and I really appreciate it. It reinvigorated me. So, that's a good thing. Yeah, and I think we're we actually gained we're at, I think, 106. It's become a challenge for me at this point. Because YouTube is so difficult, you know, to grow a channel on. Huh. Let's see, 106. Woo woo. Every little bit helps. That's awesome. So yeah, probably tomorrow I'm gonna have to record a bunch of videos because I have to do the building stalker cases because we have this overhead cam. I can actually do it now. Next goal. I was wondering about that. Yeah, those are hard-earned subs. Yes. It is not easy growing a YouTube channel without, like, I don't know, a pre-existing platform or something. It is not easy. But, I don't know, slowly but surely we're doing it. And we're not buying subs or likes or any of that, like some people. I don't know. That seems really underhanded to me. But, what was I saying? So tomorrow I'm going to record a bunch of videos during the day, and then we'll have Sci-Fi Sunday. I'm not sure, like, what we're going to be talking about. There are only, like, a ton of books I could choose from. No pressure. But I will figure it out. I kind of have an idea. It's not really sci-fi, but fuck it. Whatever, it's my channel. And it is a very kind of influential book. It was very influential on me, so yeah, I know, but the goal is to make enough videos that if I have to take a day off live streaming, because you never know, life, I still have content coming out that day. And also I have priorities, so the stalker videos are really important, the domestic violence ones, and also, using true crime to point out abuse and whatnot. There's a purpose to this channel, so. Okay, I'm gonna get going. We gotta do, baby girl stuff with bedtime. But thank you for being here. If you watched the replay, thank you. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, do all the things. Do you want to bring her to come say goodbye? Do you want to bring her to come say goodbye, or? Okay. Remember that you have the right to say no, and your no should be respected, and if your no is not respected, toss them over to the goddess.
So she can yeet them into oblivion and say, "Bye, Felicia!"
Oh, Lord. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Happy Ostara.
Happy Ostara.